Merchant of Venice. Act 4, Scene 1. Venice, a court of justice. Duke. Is Antonio here? Antonio. Yes, Your Grace, I am already here. Duke. I am sorry for you. You have come to defend yourself against a stone hearted enemy, an inhuman wretch without pity, totally lacking in mercy. Antonio, I have heard that your grace has taken great pains to moderate the harsh legal proceedings. He remains obstinate, and since there are no legal methods to save me from his clutches, I shall suffer his anger with patience. I am prepared to face his cruelty and anger with calm spirit. Duke, one of you go and call the Jew to the court. Salario. He is already standing at the door. Here he comes, my lord. Enter Shylock. Duke, make room and let him stand before me. Shylock, everyone thinks, and I also think that you only continue with your show of cruelty till the last moment. Then all of a sudden you will show mercy and repentance. Such an attitude would seem more unexpected than your cruelty, whereas you now insist on claiming the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant flesh. I am sure that you will not only agree to abandon your claim, but will act according to human gentleness and love and forego a portion of the original sum borrowed by Antonio after looking sympathetically at the losses which he has suffered. These losses have been so severe to run a noble merchant and draw pity for his condition from hearts as hard as brass and as rough as stones, from uncultured Turks and Tartars who have never been taught the feelings of human kindness. Now, Jew, we all expect a noble response from you. Shylock, I have informed your grace of my intentions. I have vowed by the Sabbath that I will have my dues and the penalty laid down in the current. If you deny me this right, you will endanger the charter of freedom of your city. You want to know why I prefer to have the rotten flesh instead of 3,000 tickets. I will not answer that. Expect that I have a fancy for it. Is your question answered? What does it matter if my house is troubled by a rat and I spend 10,000 ducats to have it poisoned? Is that a satisfactory answer? There are some men who hate a gaping pig, and others go mad if they see a cat. Others can't have their self control when they hear the shrill notes of a bagpipe. Personal feelings rules our emotions and sways it towards our likes or dislikes. Now, to answer your question, just as people have no good reasons why they can't put up with a gaping pig, a harmless domestic cat, or wool covered bagpipe. But when they are themselves offended, they are compelled to react in such a shameful manner that they must give offense to others. In the same way, I have no reason to give for taking a pound of flesh from Antonio because I have a deep rooted hearted and detestation for Antonio, and so I pursue this unprotable case against him. Now, do you have any your answer to please you, Bassanio? Do all men kill anything that they dislike? Shylock, is there any man who does not kill something that he truly hates? Bassanio, every fault is not hated from the very beginning. Shylock, what? Would you allow a snake to sting you twice? Antonio, remember Bassanio, you are arguing with a Jew. You might as well stand on the seashore and ask the ocean tide not to rise. You might ask the wolf why he made the mother sheep mourn for the lamb he divorced. You might as well forbid the pine trees on the mountains to sway their high tops and to make noise when disturbed by the winds from above. You might as well do the most difficult thing in the world rather than attempt a thing still harder to soften the heart of the Jew. So I request you not to make him any more offers, not to take any more steps, but with all due speed and simplicity as it is convenient to you. Let me have the judgment and let the Jew have his will. Bassanio, here are 6,000 ducats instead of your 3,000. Shaula, if each of the 6,000 ducats were divided into six and each part was a ducat, yet I would not accept them. I would have only my bond. Duke, if you show no mercy to others, how can you hope for God's mercy? Shaila, what judgment do I fear when I have done no wrong? You keep many slaves whom you have bought, like you assess dogs and mules. You use them in mean servile tasks just because you have bought them. Shall I say to you, give them freedom and allow them to marry your children? Why they to sweep by carrying heavy loads? Let their beds be as soft as your beds and treated with the same food as your own. In this context, you would say, the slaves are ours. So my reply is the same. The pound of flesh which I demand from Antonio has been bought by me at a high price. It is mine and I will have it. If you deny me what is lawful, you should be ashamed of the legal system of your city. There is no legal authority in Venice to deny this to me. I demand the judgment now. Answer me whether I shall have it or not. Duke, with my authority, I may adjourn the court unless Bellario and learned doctor of law whom I have requested to come and settle this case, comes here today. Salario, my lord, a messenger from the doctor from Pora is waiting outside with letters to bring the letter to me and call in the messenger. Bellario, cheer up, Antonio, have courage. The Jew will have all my blood, flesh and bones before you lose one drop of your blood on my account. Antonio, I am like a sick sheep in the herd, more suitable to be slaughtered earlier than the others. The weakest fruit falls earliest from the tree, and so let me die. It will be fitting task for you, Bassanio, to live and to write the inscription on my tombstone. Enter Nerissa dressed like lawyer's clerk. Duke, have you come from Dr. Bellario from Poda? Notices, yes, from Poda and from Bellario, my lord. Bellario sent his greetings to your grace. Bassanio, why do you sharpen your knife with so much attention? Shylock, to cut off a pound of flesh that has been promised as per the bond by this bankrupt man. Gratiano, it is not on the sole of your shoe, but on the sole, cruel Jew, that you are sharpening your knife. No metal, not even an axe of a hangman, can have half the sharpness of your envy. Can no prayers penetrate your heart, Shylock? No, none that you are clever enough to make. Gratiano, may you be damned, shameless man, justice ought to be blamed for letting you lie. You make me doubt about my religious faith. I am led to believe in the theory of Pythagoras, according to which the souls of animals may enter the bodies of men. Your evil spirit once lived in the body of Wolf, who was hanged for killing a man. When he was hanged, his wild soul escaped directly from his body into the body of your unholy mother and entered into your when you were still unborn. For all your desires are wolf like, bloodthirsty, starved, and hungry. Shylock, until your abusive words destroy the legal safeguard from my agreement. You are only hurting your lungs by speaking like this. Come to your senses, young man, or you will destroy yourself. I am here to claim justice. Duke, this letter from Valerio recommends a young learned lawyer to our court. Where is he? Nerissa. He is just close by. He is waiting for your answer to know whether you will use his service. Duke, with all my heart, 3 or 4, you escort him here with civil courtesy meanwhile. I will Valerio's letter read to the court. Clerk reads, Your Grace will understand that I am very ill at the time of receiving your letter. However, at the moment your messenger arrived, there was with me on a friendly visit a young doctor called Balthazar from Rome. I informed him about the nature of the case between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We consulted many law books. He is aware of my opinion about the case, along with the vast knowledge, the depth of which I can't praise adequately. Instead of my visit to you, he brings my opinion with him. At my request to carry out your grace request, let not his young age make you withhold your highest esteem for him. I have never known a young man with such a deep thinking. I request you to accept him and try him. Then it will be seen how much better he is than my praise. Duke, you heard what the learned Balladio has written. I think here comes the doctor himself. Enter Portia in the robes of a doctor of law. Give me your hand, sir. Do you come from Ballario? Portia, yes, my lord. Duke, you are welcome. Take your seat. Are you aware of nature of dispute involved in the present case before the court? Portia, I have the full knowledge of it. Who is the merchant and who is the Jew? Duke, Antonio and old Shylock both come forward. Portia, is your name Shylock? Shylock. Shylock is my name. Portia, the case which you have brought here is strange. Still the law of Venice can't find the faith in your case. You, to Antonio, you are in danger from him, are you not? Antonio, yes, so he says. Portia, do you admit having made this agreement? Antonio, yes, I do, Portia. Then the Jew must be merciful, Shylock. On what grounds should I show mercy? Tell me what. Portia, the quality of mercy can't be forced. It drops freely as the gentle rain from heaven on the earth below. It's a twice blessed. It blessed him who shows mercy and him who receives it. It is the greatest quality in the most powerful man. It is a nobler quality in a royal king than the crown which he wears. His scepter symbolizes the earthly power, which is the main characteristic of a king who commands power of grandeur. But mercy is a must above such a worldly power. It is a noble quality coming from the heart of a king. It is a quality that belongs to Almighty God. The power of kings becomes most divine in its working when justice is tempered with mercy. So, Jew, although you demand what is due to you in the name of justice, remember that if we were to be judged according to the strict justice of God, none of us would be saved. We pray to God for His mercy, and that the same prayer which we make to God should teach us to show mercy to others. I have said this is to soften the harsh justice of your claim. For if you continue to demand it, the strict court of Venice will have to pass sentence against the merchant. Shylock, let the consequence of my deeds be on me. I seek the penalty allowed by the law due to the breach of our contract. Portia, Is Antonio able to pay the money? Bassanio. Yes, here I am to pay it for him in the court. I am prepared to pay twice the amount, and if that is not enough, I will pay it 10 times more. If I fail to do so, I shall forfeit my hands, my head, and my heart. If this is not sufficient, then it appears that malice is destroying honesty. So I request you to use your power to modify the strict course of the law. I request you to do a greater justice by committing a small irregularity by depriving the cruel devil of fulfilling his wish. Portia. It is not possible. There is no power in Venice that can change the working and established law. It would be recorded as a precedent in future due to which many others might creep in governing the state. It can't be. Shylock. Look, a second Daniel has come to give the judgment. Yes, a second Daniel. Oh, wise young judge, how much I respect you. Portia. Kindly let me see the bond. Shylock. Here it is. Most respected doctor, here it is. Portia. Shylock. Here is a thrice the due amount offered to you. Shylock. I have taken an oath before God. Shall I commit the sin of oath breaking on my soul? No, not even for the sake of Venice. Portia. Well, the penalty mentioned in this bond is due, and you can claim legally a pound of flesh to be cut or closes the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take 3 times the amount and let me tear up this bond. Shylock. Only after it is paid according to the terms of the bond. You seem to be an impartial judge, knowing the law and applying it effectively. I request you, in the name of the legal system of which you are a worthy member, proceed to pass the judgment. I swear by my soul that nothing that man can say will change my mind. I insist on having the strict term of the bond. Antonio wholeheartedly requests the court to give its judgment. Portia. Well, then be it so. You must prepare your person to be cut off by his knife. Shylock. Oh, noble judge, what an excellent young man. Portia. The meaning and the scope of the law fully applies to such a penalty as is incurred by his agreement. Shylock. That's true. O wise and honest judge, you are much wiser than one would expect from your youth. Portia. Therefore, Antonio, uncover your bosom. Shylock. Yes, his chest. That is what his bond says, does not noble judge. Nearest his heart. Are the exact words? Portia. It is so. Is there a wetting machine here to wet the flesh? Shylock. Yes, I have it ready. Portia. Arrange for a doctor to be present here at your own expense, Shylock, to stop his wounds from bleeding, lest he should bleed to death. Shylock. It is a let down in the bond that I must do so. Portia. No, it is not let down so, but what about that? It is good that you should do so out of kindness. Shylock. I can find no such condition in the bond. Portia. Have you anything to say, Antonio? Antonio. Very little. I am ready and well prepared. Give me your hand. Bassanio, farewell. Don't grieve that I am going to die because of you, for in this instance fortune treats me more kindly than she usually does. It is her custom to let the poor man live after his wealth is lost, so that his hollow eyes and wrinkled face show his state of poverty. She has spared me from such a prolonged suffering. Convey my regards to your honorable wife and tell her the manner of Antonio's death. Tell her how much I love you and speak well of me after my death. After telling her everything, ask her to judge and say whether or not Bassanio had a loving friend. You must only regret the loss of a friend, for I have no regrets in paying your debt. If the Jew could step enough, I will immediately pay the debt with all my heart. Bassanio, Antonio, I am married to a wife who is as dear to me as my own life. But my life, my wife, and whole world are not considered by me to be a greater value than your life. I would lose them all, sacrifice every one of them to this devil to save you. Portia, your wife would thank you little for that offer if she were present to hear you making such an offer. Gratian, I have a wife whom I swear I love, but I wish that she were dead and in heaven, so that she could plead with some heavenly power to change this cruel Jew. Nerissa, it is as good that you make this offer when your wife is not present, otherwise, your wish would disturb the peace in your household. Shiloh. Such are Christian husbands. I have a daughter. I wish she had married to one in the family, a Barabbas, a notorious criminal, rather than to a Christian. But we are wasting time. I request you to pronounce the sentence. Portia, a pound of this merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards to you, and the law sanctions it. Shylock, most just judge. Portia, and you have to cut this flesh from his chest. The law allows this, and court sanctions it. Shylock, most learned judge. It is good sentence. Come prepare yourself, Antonio. Portia, wait a little. There is a something else. The bond does not permit you to shed the smallest drop of blood. The words definitely state a pound of flesh. So take penalty as per your pound, which is a pound of flesh, while cutting it. If you shed one drop of Christian's blood, then by the laws of Venice, all your lands and property will be confiscated by the state of Venice. Gratian, oh, upright judge, listen to that Jew, oh, learned judge. Shylock, is that the law? Portia, you shall see the act. You have demanded strict justice. You will receive justice more than you desire. Gratian, oh, learned judge. Pay attention, Jew, a learned judge. Shylock, then I accept the earlier offer. Pay 3 times the amount of debt and let the Christian be free. Bassanio, here is the money. Portia, stop, the Jew will have full justice. Stop. Do not be in such hurry. You will have nothing but the penalty. Gratian, O Jew, how upright and learned judge he is. Portia, therefore get ready to cut off the flesh. Shed no blood and be careful to cut neither more nor less than an exact pound. If you take more or less than pound, whatever it is light or heavy in weight, more or less 1/20th in excess or less than a scruple, or if the scales differ by a hair's breadth from exact weight, you will have death penalty and all your possessions will be confiscated. Gratian, here is a second Daniel, a Daniel Jew. Now, unbeliever, I have a firm hold on you, Portia. Jew, why do you pause? Take what is due to you. Shylock, give me only my principal amount and let me go. Bassanio, I have it ready for you. Here it is, Portia. He has already refused it in open court. He will have only justice according to the terms of the bond. Gratian, a Daniel still I say, a second Daniel. I thank you, Jew, for teaching me that word. Shalom. Shall I not have at least my original sum? Portia. No, you shall have Nothing but the penalty to be taken at your own risk. Shylock, then may the devil take him. I shall not stay here to discuss it any longer. Portia, wait a while, Joe. The law has another claim on you. It is laid down in the laws of Venice that if it is proved against a foreigner that he has conspired directly or indirectly against a Venetian citizen's life, then that citizen against whom he plotted is entitled to one half of the foreigner's property. The other half is to be paid into the treasury of the state. In addition to this, the offender may retain his life only by the exercise of mercy by the Duke, with no possibility of a higher appeal. In this situation, I say that such a charge is now applicable to you. There is a clear evidence from what has happened that you have conspired both directly and indirectly against the life of Antonio, the defendant. You have become liable to the penalty which I have just mentioned. So I advise you to kneel before the Duke and ask for mercy. Gratiano, ask his permission to hang yourself. Yet, since your wealth has been forfeited to the state, you don't have enough money left to buy a rope. So you must hang at the expense of the state. Duke, in order that you may see the difference between your attitude and ours, I grant you your life before you ask for it. Half of your wealth now belongs to Antonio. The other half belongs to the public treasury, but it may be reduced to a fine instead if you humbly beg for mercy. Portia, yes, as far as the state's half is concerned, but not Antonio's. Shylock, no, take away my life and everything. Don't give that back to me. You take my house when you remove the pillars which support it. You take my life when you take away the means by which I can live. Portia, what mercy can you show to him? Antonio, Gratiano, give him a rope free of charge to hang himself. Nothing more, for God's sake. Antonio, if it pleases you, my lord, the Duke and this court remit the fine of one half of his goods. I am satisfied if he will let me have the other half in trust so that I may give it on Shylock death to gentleman who has eloped recently with his daughter. Two more conditions I put forward that in return for this favor he will become a Christian, and secondly that he make up his will here in the court, leaving all that he possesses at death to his daughter Jessica and son-in-law Lorenzo. Duke, he shall do this, otherwise I will withdraw the pardon that I have just granted him. Portia, are you contented? Jew, what do you have to say, Shylock? I am satisfied, Portia. Clerk, draw up a gifted Shylock. I request you to allow me to go from here. Emil, send the deed to me, and I will sign it. Duke, you may go, but to sign it. Gratiano, when you have the ceremony of baptism, you shall have two godfathers. Had I been the judge, you would have had a jury of 12 to send you to gallows instead of sending you to the pond of baptism. Shalom departs, Duke. Sir, I invite you. Come home and dine with me. Portia, I humbly request your grace to excuse me. I must leave for Pola tonight, and it is important that I start soon. Duke, I am sorry that you have no spare time to accept my order. Antonio, thank this gentleman. I think you are greatly in debt to him. The duke, the nobles, and rolls of the court leave. Bassanio, most worthy sir, my friend and I have, due to your wisdom, been saved from terrible legal penalties today. In payment for this, we offer to pay you 3,000 ducats, which we owe to the Jew. We are almost willing to pay you for your kind services. Antonio, over and above this, we will always remain indebted to you for love and service. Portia, he is paid well, who is fully satisfied with his work. I am satisfied by saving you, and thus I feel I am paid well. I never thought of any other reward than this. I hope that you will remember me when we meet again. So I give you my best wishes and take leave of you. Bassanio, dear sir, out of necessity I must make another attempt to influence you. Take something from us as a token of our gratitude, not as a payment. Do me two favors. First, don't refuse my request, and second, pardon me for making it. Portia, since you argue me so much, I can't refuse. Give me your gloves, I will wear them for your sake. And as a moment of our friendship, I will take this ring from you. Don't draw your hand away, for I don't ask for anything for more. You will not deny me this out of love. Bassanio, the ring, sir, is of small value. I will be ashamed to give you such an insignificant gift. Portia, I will take nothing else except this. I seems now that I feel like having it. Bassanio, the ring means more to me than its actual value, and I will look for the most expensive ring by public announcement throughout Venice. But as regards this ring, forgive me for refusing it. Portia, I see, sir, that you are generous at making promises. You encouraged me first to beg, and now it seems to me that you teach me how a beggar should be replied. Bassanio, good sir, this ring was given to me by my wife when she put it on my finger. She made me promise that I would never sell it, give it away, nor lose it. Portia, such excuses enable many men to save their gifts. If your wife is not a mad woman and if she knew how much I have deserved this ring, she would not be annoyed for long with you for giving it. Well, may there be peace with you. Portia and Aristotle. Antonio, my lord Bassanio, let him take the ring. Let his meritorious service and the love you have for me influence you more than your wife's command. Bassanio, go Crescenio, run and overtake him. Give this ring to him, and if you can, bring him to Antonio's house. Hurry up. Come, you and I will proceed to your house at once, and early in the morning we will both rush to Belmont. Come, Antonio. They go out.